Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Adia Pena Show. My name is Ohima Adia Pena, and I'm going to be your host today. Today is going to be really fun as I'm seeing all this, my guests here. I have on the show the man of God, Mr. Ivan Boachi. I also have Prophet Solomon, and I have Mr. Kofi Opoku Apo here. It's going to be a great discussion. So welcome everybody to the Adia Pena Show.
Thank you very
We don't
much.
have
Thank you.
Bishop with us today because he has other duties to attend to. So it's going to be a great discussion today. Our topic for today is singles and couples. Who do you think is happier? Is it couples or is it single people? So on this note, Prophet Solomon is going to stand in for the singles. Man of God, Mr. Ivan is going to stand in for the couples, and then Mr. Kofi Opoku Apo and I are going to be the middlemen. So welcome once again, everybody, to the Adia Pena Show. So if you are listening to me or watching me right now, you can, we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. You can send in your comments and we will read them loud for you and others to hear, and then we'll answer your questions as needed. So the question is, married couples and singles, who are more happier? So I'm going to throw the question to Mr. Man of God Ivan to start the ball rolling.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me here. My name is Revivalist Ivan Boache. Joining all the way from the other side of the world, that is Europe. I'm in
Yes.
Germany, Hanover. I'm a Ghanaian.
Okay.
Aha. Besawa Yere.
Amen.
So I stand in
Very
for,
important.
yeah, I stand in for the one hour warrior. Yeah, the
Mhm.
cast are the preferred, but we are learning.
Yeah.
Um, the question is, our for ne one we use suja for why mo pan any edge. I
Mhm.
believe the single people will say yeah yeah need pa, and then
Mhm.
the married people too will say yeah need edge pa.
Okay.
In that no, I'll talk on behalf of marriage. You heard the biblical view. Onyankopɔn no mu asɛm menkɔ nkokotu na ɛnyɛ tente. I won't read the Bible. Let's talk. Ɔsɛ deɛ onya yere no anaa onya kunu no onya ade pa na onya Nyankopɔn anim a adom. I met a man in Hamburg. That was way back, and then he was like, "Na wo waware," and I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "How do you see married life?" Now I'm saying, "What do you want?" He said, "No, you were one of the guys that we thought you would never marry. But
Oh,
how do you
wow.
feel like?" Yeah, because my may not be a type be I focus on more on my brother amiable. Married
Mhm.
is out somewhere. But
Okay.
maybe who the difference between your friend is a single life and then married life. Like say me what's out to be you don't even plan. Sika ubenya bi and you can get the money today, squander everything. You don't even think about tomorrow, what will happen.
Mhm.
The man here, we say plan step by step, and they say, but you feel this companionship that
Okay.
you are not like the way you used to be.
Mhm.
Number two, as I the respect, as I bring unipedia, and then your environment and the way people see you. You
Okay.
don't think about what happened tomorrow because you know that you have somebody who is watching your back. And it brings family together, it brings development. Above all, and the Samoye and Krofua Mofa Christo Samokrajan Kwa, and that togetherness might get boboye, might to me build it, ye, because yen and I, our sole aim is to make heaven. So when I have the right partner, obwame mami rasa dienum, may your ba me who say there are some kind of jokes or kind of things that I do, I don't do them anymore. When I'm not married, any man can approach me and do whatever okay.
Yeah.
So even when you when are you going to settle down? And when you enter into that thing called marriage, you see, sir, wabra bobe straight. I live in a white man's land where they recognize people that are even married more than those that are not married. When you go to the office for like maybe document, US mukromo so a single person apply for visa. Sometimes they're very difficult for couples because they know, say, oh, you're responsible. Or then grab the baby, I say it brings happiness. Like I said, I've been there before, so I know what I'm talking about. Whereby me babruch many and me too sana mono because always me alone me yet the mimi free say my brabo ebe wame, but many me who be real no me who say ensasaye bebre but my brother whereby wherever I go that respect is there. They recognize me more than say me yes single. So it's as a program and I don't want to go deeper. Get starting from now. To me, I think say married is far better than those that are single.
Thank you so very much, man of God. I told you that today is going to be a great day. So, Prophet Solomon, you heard what the man of God said. So, what are your thoughts about as a single person being happy?
Okay, thank you very much, my sister. The name is Prophet Solomon, and in Ghana. But first, let your listeners forgive me for the noise at the background because I'm at the church.
Okay.
There's somebody over in the spirit crying to God. So forgive me. She's crying to God. You know what the man of God said is on point, but one thing we should also understand is in everything there is a purpose. We don't just marry because we want to marry, but we marry because of a purpose.
Okay.
Living a single life sometimes brings a lot of creativity and a lot of opportunities into your life because when you marry, certain things don't come to you just like that because everybody in the society sees that you are married. So there are a lot of things that will not come to you. But living a single life, that great things that whatever you are desiring for, by the grace of God, you have it. In everything, we have the advantages and its disadvantages. Even when you marry, there are disadvantages in getting married and there are disadvantages in being a single. But me as a single person here, I have my freedom of peace in doing everything that I want to do. I'm not being carved with one thing, say, I don't have the permission to do this, I don't have the permission to do that, because many a times when you are married, there are things you can't do it, because the other party will not understand you in that aspect. But single life also have its own, so you have your own time of doing everything you want to do. And I believe that we the single guys too, we are also happy and excited in joining the single association. Yeah.
Okay. Are you done for now?
Oh yeah,
all right.
For now, I mean.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prophet Solomon. So we've heard a lot from our two guests. I'm going to invite Mr. Kofi Opoku Apple to also share his views on what our guests have discussed so far. So if you are listening to us and you have any comments, you have questions, anything, you can put it in the comment, and then we are all here to learn from each other. So, Prophet Solomon, can you please put your mic on mute and then we can from Mr. Kofi Apple. Thank you.
Thank you, Ohima Adiepen. And thank you to our two powerful men of God that have joined us. I'm really excited to be a guest on your show today. And I think the topic that we're about to dive into, or we've already started talking about, is both relevant and timely. I must say, I'm a big fan of your show, and I want to applaud you for the important work that you're doing. You're
Thank
actually
you.
making a difference in people's lives and relationships through this program. So please keep it up.
Thank you.
And like I said, I also want to express my gratitude and say thank you very much to our guests. The one joining us from Germany. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. Yes, to join us. And also thank you, man of God, all the way in Ghana. I'm sure that you can see the time difference, right? But thank you for taking even time out of your busy schedule. Like you said, somebody's even in the spirit. You're supposed to be with the person, but you're here. This shows that this program is very, very important. So God bless you all for the time that you're investing in this. So for me, I am not going to be for married couple or for single couple. I'm just gonna speak as somebody who has friends that are married and those that are unmarried. Okay. And so mine is just going to be for both of you, because whatever you are for, either you are for singles or couples, everything that you're saying, I'm sure is based on your experience, your knowledge, your understanding. And so there's not going to be right or wrong. We are going to share perspectives here. Okay. So the question of singles versus couple, who are the happier? Like I said, is very important as long as relationship and love is concerned. In other words, as long as relationship and love still matters in today's world. And so for me, the theme that I took out of this discussion is about relationship. It's about happiness. All right. And the concept of happiness varies from person to person. And so for me, I would define it as a multifaceted and individual emotion that is often characterized by feelings of joy, satisfaction, or achievement. And happiness in this context can manifest itself in so many ways. It can just be a fleeting moment of joy, or it can also be the embodiment of a broader outlook on one's overall life and experience, right? And so happiness in terms of relationships are deeply intertwined. Whether you are single or you're married, everybody needs happiness in their lives. But because we are talking about relationship, everything I'm going to say is in relation to the relationship you're talking about. Okay. So having a strong and positive relationships is one of the main factors that lead to overall happiness. When people are happy, they are more likely to build and keep healthy relationships. In other words, happiness helps create a stronger emotional connection between people. All right. And there are numerous studies and surveys that indicates that individuals in romantic relationships, such as married couples, or even two people that are cohabitating, like two people are not married, but they are living as boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever relationship they are in, and they are living together, the surveys and the research all goes to support that they generally have high levels of happiness and well-being compared to those that are single. And especially in many cultures, like including the culture that we are from Ghana, being married is actually often seen as a stronger sign of happiness and is considered more important, even like factors like having a good education. If you're married, you are more respected. than the degrees that you have. If you're a rich person, if you're wealthy, it doesn't matter the political affiliation or the religion or whatever. In our culture, some cultures, think that being married or being in a relationship, it's more important and actually brings about happiness than any other thing. However, it's critical for all of us. I'm talking to everybody that will be listening to us or watching the show. It is critical for us to understand that happiness can be influenced by various factors, including your own personality. How you carry yourself can influence your happiness, right?
Yeah.
The values that you believe in. I'm sure most of us here are men of God, so they're going to talk about the Christian values and the happiness that it can bring. And also personal experiences, like the pastor just said earlier. Based on her personal experiences, he realized that he's more happier being married than when he was single. All right. And so for me, I think that happiness can vary widely among singles or couples. And then for me to just finish the first part, I'll also say that there are also the studies that also indicate that single individuals also feel just as happy and fulfilled as those in romantic partnership or romantic relationships. I personally know a lot of single, people that are incredibly good, and they are happy, they are thriving, and some of them also find joy in the social connections and relationships that they have with their families, their friends, their colleagues at work, and also especially people that choose to be single, because there are some people that just want to be single, and these people are also happy. So happiness is based on a lot of factors. So the main takeaway for me in this discussion is that the quality of a relationship is what truly impacts the happiness that we're going to talk about, rather than just simply being in a relationship. Because if you're in a negative relationship or in a bad relationship, that can lead to what? Feeling worse than being single. And so today, both singles and married couple, I would say, can achieve a similar level of happiness. And so that is my take. Single people can be happy. Coupled, married people can also be happy. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Frank, Mr. Kofi, for your input. I'm really grateful for what you just told us. I also want to add something little. And in my perspective, I believe that happiness comes from within. So as an individual, to be happy, some people will focus their happiness on maybe the stuff they have. Maybe you have a good job, you have a caring husband, you have a caring wife, you have like all the things that you can think of. But I think you can be you and still be happy. You might not have the best job in the world, you might not have the best husband or wife, but you can still make yourself happy. And the man of God, Mr. Ivan, said something when he was speaking about like you having the right partner. I also believe that in relationship or in marriages, if you don't have the right partner, you are not going to be happy in that relationship. You can be really, really frustrated being in a relationship where both of you have two views in everything. You are saying this, the woman is saying that. Everything is conflicting among yourself, and this will not make you happy. So this is just something little that I wanted to add to it. So we are going to go back to Revivalist and ask him that is there anything that makes couples unhappy? Like if you are not having the right partner, is there anything, or even if you are having the right partner, is there anything that will constitute for you guys not being happy in the relationship? Thank you.
Thank you too. Of course, a lot. A lot. A lot. You see, when you don't plan about something, and then we live in a society whereby we don't allow, sorry to say, our senses to direct us on what we should do. We just pop up because everybody is getting married. Like my brother just said, we live in a community whereby when you have money or whatever and you are not married, you are not recognized. That is where we are coming from. So what is happening nowadays is like everybody is doing it. So let me also do it just to close some mouth and then shut some people down. And on I said, when you see, marriage is very sweet, but it can also be very bitter, like you rightly just asked. When one to about the things that you are supposed to know and then the things that you are supposed to do. Like, for instance, we don't marry with the same character as we used to be when we are single. When I'm single, I can do whatever I want, put my shoes here, go out, come back anytime I want. But when I'm married, those things are not allowed. So if you don't understand each other, that is where the frustration comes in. And it can also be bitter or sour when ethnic background can also like we love ourselves, let's forget about them and then move on. I'm handling so many cases that sometimes I have to off my phone concerning these things. When we meet, I call something lust, but not love. When lust steps in because of said you bad and everything, oh this Charlie, look at the lady. Now for Sukuremua, you'll be in the same marriage, but you'll never be happy. Right. Imagine living with somebody when I talk, you don't talk. Imagine living with somebody, you don't have right to know what I earn. A lot of couples say, let's say, you don't even know the account number, not to talk about what is inside the account. When I talk, you don't talk. Yeah. Because I'm from rich home. I married you because you were nobody. I just wanted to help you. When you enter into it in this manner, you will never be happy. When it, like I rightly said, when the respect is not there, right? You are in it. It's like living here in Europe. A whole lot is going on here. People marry because we want to also, have somebody back there that we can talk to, sleep with, blah blah. But we are not happy. I met somebody who asked me that, are you happy in married life? And I said, yes. I said, then what do you do? Wow. Me, the whole that you see me outside, going up and coming down, Charlie, man, for her keke. Some of them have been turned into punching back. So what makes it not happy or what makes it bitter is when you don't take your time and you enter into it because people are doing it. Remember, marriage is not all that sweet. So, and it's like sugar cane. There'll be something bitter, but at the end of the day, it's still sugar cane. So we have a lot of people, especially our generation, whereby prayer is not part of us. You see, we want to fulfill something. When you have this mentality, married, and the two shall become one. Becoming one body is not something that we joke with. It's not something that this is not the beauty that we are going to marry to. Something new. Yeah, something new. And so a lot of couples almost is our worry for, but
they are living in separate worlds.
And not easy. One is praying that, oh God, kill the man for me, kill the woman for me. Nanka, that I have my liberty. All because we marry or we enter into it that when you don't understand it and then you enter into it, you encounter so many things.
Thank you so much, man of God. So I just want to add this, like marriage is not just like getting involved with someone and then having maybe maybe having a luxurious life, but it's a process that both of you have to work on it, because you are coming from a different home. I am coming from a different home. Your upbringing, the teachings that your parents have taught you and all that is different from mine. But some people come in, Bishop will say, Asante Fuaware, when the woman is, they will be like, whatever you get from the marriage, bring it home. And then if there is a debt or something, you have to give it to your husband, which shouldn't be like that. So thank you very much, man of God. I'm going to ask Prophet Solomon, if you are still hearing me, to come on board and tell us, is there anything that makes single people unhappy?
Thank you very well. You know, as the man of God said, in everything that we do in life, previously I said, there are advantages and disadvantages in everything. So living a single life, sometimes loneliness, you're lonely, but you wish having somebody around you who will comfort you, whom you will, I mean, at least share ideas with, whom you think, oh, this person is there. If I have this, if I have that, I would have been enjoying this. So number one thing that, I mean, do not help someone who is single is loneliness. Because you go through a lot of depression, you go through a lot of stuff that you wish to have somebody around you, lack of emotional support or companionship. You know, if you are single, these things really fight you a lot. And if care is not taken, now you will take a certain step that you're not supposed to take.
Right.
And then social pressure.
Mm.
When you are saying things that fight social pressure too is another thing. Feeling societal expected, what the society is expecting from you, you're not being able to do it or to give it out to them. So always you are under pressure. Always you're under pressure, hoping to do something. So, and known as sometimes we rush into marriage, and at the end of it, we regret getting married to that person. So, for instance, about 3 days or 4 days ago, I was talking to one of my spiritual daughters, and this very person said, Prof, when I was single, I was wishing, praying, and hoping to enter into marriage. And after I got married, the very first month I married this very man, I regretted marrying him. And I asked her, so what made you to enter into this marriage? I said, society pressure, parents questioning me, loneliness made me to enter into this marriage. But after, this man is a hell for me. You know, so sometimes the society pressure is too much for you, that if you're not careful, if you don't sit to decide for yourself, you mess up your life and you end up in a way that you're not supposed to. Then again, limited support system. Limited support system. Such things also comes in when you are single, because there are a lot of things you will need your partner to support you in. You need somebody to help you in. But if you don't have these things around you, it fights you. Especially it fights your emotional intelligence, your emotional thinking. It doesn't help when you are a single person. So in this case, I believe that if you are choosing, don't just choose because you are lonely or the society is just talking, but choose because of the purpose. You want to choose that way. So these things that I have mentioned, I can give three for now because we have about some more time to go. Loneliness is one of it. Social pressure is one of it. Then limited support system. This also fights us a lot if you are single in life. These are the few things I can share with you. Then, as we are going, we bring up more and we know how to do.
Well. Thank you so much, Prophet Solomon, for adding your voice to this topic. I'm going to welcome a few viewers of ours here. I have Mr. Fred J. I have Lady Posh here. I have Sister Doris. They are all watching us. So thank you so much for watching us from wherever you are. I know some of you are in Ghana, some of you are here in the US and all that. I'm going to move straight to Mr. Kofi for him to tell us what he has on if whatever makes couples or singles unhappy. Over to you, Mr. Kofi.
Thank you once again, Ohima Adiapena, and thank you to our two incredible guest speakers. I mean, they're making this really, 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 really good, and I'm just loving it. And I'm learning so much from them. And so, as of when Yamin Shamo, please keep up the good work. We really appreciate you guys being here. And so they've pretty much said all of it. So I'm just gonna, just add a little bit to what they've said because it's very, very, very important. And just like the first, the one in Germany, Patrick friend is saying, I need to.
Revivalist Ivan.
Yes. Brakojo. Okay. And see, just like Brakojo rightly said, and there are so many things that we do and we just end up rushing into relationships or marriage, and then we realize that, man, what a mistake, like the pastor also just said. So there are so many factors that can contribute to unhappiness. Right? Unhappiness in relationships. So I'm going to just give a little bit in addition to what the pastor said. He talked about communication, right? And communication actually is one of the major things that happens or that results in couples not being happy or in a relationship. And this communication challenges, like, you can break it down into three, right? It can happen in the form of lack of transparency. Now, when the couples are hesitant to express their thoughts and feelings openly, it can result in misunderstandings and lingering resentments. And it happens a lot. And then there's ineffective listening. We don't have the patience. Most people that are in marriage, they don't have the patience to listen to one another. Obi Kasa, the other one is already forming a question to retaliate, or we are not even listening. So ineffective listening is also the failure or the inability to engage and comprehend each other's viewpoints. And that normally leads to like rift and confusion, and it's even some amount for crack blows. It escalates into conflict, and that also contributes to unhappiness in a relationship. And then indirect communication. Some couples also may choose to communicate indirectly rather than addressing the issues on. Oh, well then how? And yet there's something going on inside of you, right? And so that in itself, you are telling the person that I don't know what's wrong with me. Try and figure out what is wrong with me. And if the person is not able, also don't have the patience to do that, then what does it do? It begins to harm the trust and the closeness, right? And so in communication, lack of transparency, ineffective listening, and indirect communication. It's some of the factors that actually can contribute to unhappiness in marriages. And then another good one is lack of intimacy. We're talking about physical connection here, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. God made it for a reason. And so we don't have to pretend like God made physical connection. I'm talking about sex for a reason. If there's not good sexual chemistry or intimacy, that can foster feelings of separation and dissatisfaction. And we see many marriages, going wayward, or just people going separate ways, or people just feel unhappy, even though they are in a marriage that is supposed to bring them happiness. All right. And then there's also emotional connection. There's no physical connection. And then if there's also no emotional connection, then the couples, each of them can start feeling undervalued. They feel misunderstood, or as if the partner doesn't even genuinely know them or understand them or love them. And those also leads to what? Unhappiness. And then infidelity is also a big thing, right? And what infidelity also actually causes or creates in marriage relationship is what we call emotional betrayal, right? There's this form of deep emotional bonds, like when you form a deep emotional bond with someone outside the relationship, that can undermine the trust and evoke feelings of betrayal. All right. And then we have the physical betrayal, which is engaging in an affair, right, outside the marriage. Okay. So whether it's emotional or physical, that can have profound negative effects in any relationship, right? And then we'll talk about financial struggles. Sikasem, the couples are supposed to be happy, but financial struggles can also create a lot of unhappiness. And then financial struggle, we're talking about financial discrepancies, right? There's couples can have conflict. How is because when somebody just likes spending without thinking about it, overspending habit, or the person doesn't care about savings, or financial aspirations that makes no sense, can create a lot of stress and tension in the marriage or in the relationship. And this is all I'm talking about, all this in the marriage settings, right? And then financial deception, right? So when partners, or when people in relationship, in Ghana, I remember my stepdad did that sometimes. Now I'm beginning to think about it. Where sometimes go to the bathroom to what kind of
without your mom seeing it.
Without my mom, or my stepdad would wait for my mom to go to the market, and then because my stepdad was a tailor, right? He said scanning back, he waits when my mom is not there. Now I'm beginning to think about all that, and that is financial deception, right? So when one partner conceals their spending habit or their financial information from one another, it erodes the trust, right? And that can also bring about unhappiness. And then we can talk about abuse, physical abuse. Wow. And physical abuse or emotional abuse takes the form of like emotional manipulation or physical violence. So let me talk about emotional manipulation one. Now, it's like one person want to control the behavior through manipulation and undermines the other partner's like self-worth, self-esteem. And that can foster unhappiness. It actually creates unhappiness. And then obviously physical violence. Wako worry will be when I feel not done punching back. That is not supposed to happen, right? And so physical abuse is actually a severe form of mistreatment. And that leads, I think that's the number one thing, I should have said that number one thing that, creates lasting unhappiness. And it also can create psychological and physiological repercussions, all right? And then, hear me out, they already touched on it, incompatibility. So we just see somebody, you're showing hips, you're showing the online, that's it, we make up our mind. Even though they may not be compatible, right, in real life, but because of their physical appearance, boom, they just go into it, and then they realize that, oh my God, we have diverse personalities. The pastor just touched on that. We have diverse personalities. All right. So when two individuals possess fundamentally different personalities, or when their communication style is different, it creates challenges and unhappiness in the relationship. All right. And so then there's also the conflict of what? Values and aspirations. There's always disagreements regarding, who is what. Somebody says I'm better than you. And we know Ghana, the men always think they are better. When I'm the I came to marry. I'm the man. Exactly. And so these things create a lot of unhappiness. And then let me give you the final two, and then we are done. Anxiety about divorce and other barriers. Sure. As soon as the other party, there's no communication and all these other things, it creates anxiety because we already know where we're going with this. When is the divorce going to happen? And that thought alone creates fear of uncertainty. All right. And so that unpredictability and the potential difficulties associated with, are we going to go through divorce, can make couples hesitant. All right. And they live unhappy lives. And finally, I know we said this, but it's not only singles that live lonely lives. So we have couples that are living lonely, even though they are married, they are lonely, right? So that also can create, that can also create some serious unhappiness in a relationship. So I'll do that for now, and then we'll continue, give more as we go on. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr.
So
Kofi.
Nana, let me ask Mr.
Okay.
Kofi something, because I'm married. What will let me be lonely in my marital home? Then maybe it's not of a purpose. I
Okay.
get it here. Maybe it's not of a purpose, because every marriage is of a purpose, not just because of the love. If you are getting married because of love, then you will fail. Because I have seen and I've known a lot of married men that they fail because they think, I love this lady, I love this man. And at the end of it all, no, they divorced. Are you getting me, say? So what will let maybe loneliness come in between two people, married men or married couples, is maybe there's no purpose. They failed of the purpose. That will maybe cause that. Are you
All right.
getting me?
Mr. Kofi,
Okay.
do you have something
Yes.
to add to that?
Yes. So the reason why I mentioned loneliness as I think there are 50 million things that contribute to unhappiness, right? But from where I'm coming from, talking to my friends that are married, talking to just people that I know that are married and they're going through things, right? Lack of communication, lack of intimacy, infidelity, financial struggles, abuse, incompatibility, anxiety about divorce. All these things can create loneliness. That's what I'm saying. When you put all this together, you are married, but you are lonely. It's not only just I and what you said is 100%, like the lack of purpose. The lack of purpose can bring about what? Miscommunication in the marriage. And then there has the ripple effect. Then every other factor will just follow, right? And so you are married, but you are lonely. The two of you have different views into Soria. Instead of going and sharing ideas, you are thinking to yourself. And I say you are struggling and going through a lot of things yourself. You are lonely. There's nothing there. There's no purpose, like you said. And so I think, let me even lie that to the lack of purpose also creates unhappiness in a relationship. Thank you, Pastor. I appreciate that.
All right, bless you, sir.
Well, thank you everybody for your contribution towards this topic. I'm coming back to you, revivalist. So as we have all said one or two about what makes couples and singles happy and unhappy, what do you think if you are in an unhappy relationship as a married couple or as a married person? What do you think can be done to maybe help with the situation?
Number one, thank you once again. Number one, understand when you're at fault. You see, like Brakovi rightly said, when you go back to Africa, baby, are you free now? Honor yenyim from son to Musa, I've wronged you. This is what I did. And yet I need to say I'm sorry. A lot of marriages are not working because Oba knew how to say I'm sorry. Bema knew how to say I'm sorry. Always I'm the boss, I'm the right person. You did this, you did that. Sometimes, not that you are wrong. If you want things to work in your marriage, by the grace of God, I've been able to marry for 15 years now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's not an easy journey.
It's not an easy. Sometimes you just look at your partner and be like, you say to yourself, I will cry for fire then. When Germany here, they have a law, they call it 50-50.
Okay.
Oba bua nikunu 50%. Bema bua nikunu 50%. When things are not working, I tell people, go back to the 50-50 law. Whereby, like, maybe I'll come back from work. Oba no will fear. Don't just get angry. And calm down. You understand the situation whereby Nipa went to me and day. And yes, idea. Number two, like I said, when you see that you are at fault, accept it.
Yeah.
Number three, when things are not working, ask questions. Go to your partner. When I enter, I think my first year, me myself, me name say, na maye bibi amamena ompe. But I realized, like a brother said, loneliness. separation. So one fatal morning, I asked her, Charlie Ninkomo. It was around, I think, 5:30 in the morning. I just wake her up. Let's talk. Yenya 1 year now. What have I done? Oh, when it's and then the when in your Nana him my guy. You
What
the
is
support time.
What
All
is
that I have to do was to go down and then beg her. Begging
Wow.
her that want me, I'm not a man. I want peace to maintain in my house. We should stop doing this thing. I am the man, I am the man, I am the boss. When I talk, you don't talk. When things are not working and you want things to work, some of these things you just overlook. Helping your partner. A lot of men even don't know how to take care of the kids. When you make
Man of God, let me come in here. Do you know that if you had not asked her this question, she wasn't going to tell you all that you heard that day, right?
No. That is why I'd rather talk about communication. Sometimes go to the person, when you see that. You see, our brother, my prophet, talk about purpose. When you realize that the purpose is not working, then think that something is not going on well, that you need to fix it. You need to find solution to whatever that is happening. Before I came here, now is 12:47. I seek permission from her. Although me post to call high, me create program with America. Can I go?
Amen.
From the one that you have been my mom over 4 or 5 years now. I just spoke with her that I'm going to my mom's place. Can I go? When she says no, I have to tell you that. I will even mention her name that Kale me program or baby is not gonna work. I will say so when I talk, you should keep quiet. When you realize things are not working, meaning both road here. Meaning meet my ear. I cook like a woman. Simple cry. I was in Ghana. I told you just last 2 weeks. I went to visit my dad. I even cook for the family.
That's good.
It doesn't change anything. So when you realize that things are not working or the marriage is collapsing, you can fix it. Me, I've told my wife that, look, we don't need a third party in our marriage. When I wrong, you tell me, this is what you did. Sometimes me to jump out. And I'm making the right decision. I don't know the person that is coming in. That's where the problem is. I'm a man of God that also Solomon. I mean, I don't believe even in counseling. I don't believe in those things. I don't believe in it. I believe in your ability, what you can do. The purpose our brother talk about. And when you realize, and one of the things that too is killing marriages, vacation.
Oh, say that again. Say that again.
The person out. Charlie,
and step out and dine. Step out and dine outside. It shouldn't always be on the dining table. Step out.
It will not stop the building. It will not stop whatever that you are doing back home.
I know, right?
Make the person feel, make the person feel at home. Sometimes I'll be like, Mommy, today, this afternoon, for instance, well, here's holiday. We are all at home. I told her, look, and let us the whole family. Just
wow. Thank you. That's so sweet. Oh my God.
It doesn't change anything. So your wife will cherish you. Charlie, no matter your errors, she will prefer say on better than like, I'm the boss of the house. You know, sir, the marriage is collapsing. It's not a matter of hey, break and go. No. When you break, the thing will not break. Sometimes we need to come out from the spirit and be the person God wants us to be.
Yeah.
Do it. What was the last time I was at the chair Obana? When there's a, you know, when I came to Hamburg and I was not having document, not young, very young man, but now the counseling I needed. I counsel a grown-up woman. So let me shine money, yeah, and come
Shanima.
You know your partner now, and then it's no. Punumpodi ope, Ediana Bena ope. Ne kala ESA. Perfume Ben and Niger. Communication Ben on any havia. Oh yeah, okay. When you realize, you see, in marriage, we don't say like my warrior is over. Marriage is like school. In school, if you refuse to learn, obey it. That is how marriage is all about. You know, learn. Whereby you can maintain your home. My wife will never go out when I'm at home. And then or she feels at home because I'll help. Memma obien wo fra bontie dware me ba ma me da. Me share Friday and Sunday I'm giving be room. Me and dware memma from nga up to now. So when you know what you're about, you don't make errors. And when it's not working and the fault is from you, accept it. Charlie, your boss will throw crowd when they do a warrior. Don't be like, I'm the boss of the house. When I talk, you don't, before you know, let me say this, then I learned. Charlie, the crowd now, you don't value it and you don't cherish it. Obi boss on pie say the marriage should break. Now, don't wait till don't wait till learn to humble yourself. Humility is the key to successful marriage.
Yeah.
Because Obana Breno Freezer or Bra Obeja Wako. I think Bra Kofi and Prophet is here. So let me laugh. Thank you.
Thank you. So I wanted to ask you, doesn't this make marriage life a lot easier? Like both of you are contributing to the marriage life thing. Doesn't it make life a lot easier? Taking you away from depression and heart what's it called again? Like high blood pressure and all of that.
It's so true. Our prophet says, and he said, purpose. We don't marry because everybody's getting married. Brakofika, they'll talk about the age, you are growing, you have the no. When you know what you like, when I was growing up, I noticed something from my late mother and my father, my late mom and then my dad. You know, I told my mom, I think I was by then 18 years, that Mama, mininia, the last time I saw my dad, me call Ghana na Uchimako. And I remember me essence Bayere. And when you are from such family, you don't even feel like going out. So, like you rightly said, when you know how to, bring things on board that, Charlie, me come I also for you. So they defend this because you understand what you are doing. You don't care what somebody will say, or no. I want to be happy. Remember that when things are not working, even prayer becomes a problem for you. Sometimes when you have a happy home, you'll be there and then you hear your name. So you're when in short, when you know where to hit the nail, Charlie, you marry again and agree at Sabrof, you say, I love you. Thank you, dear.
Hallelujah. We are learning. I hope everybody is learning. I'm really, really learning here. So whatever you are learning, if you have questions, you have comments, please put them in the chat and then or the comment section. We will let guests know if it's a question and then we will answer you. So back to you, Prophet Solomon. What do you think the singles you can do to make your life a lot easier and take you out of misery, the what's it called again, the depressions and loneliness and all that? What can you do to solve that?
Well, is it Pastor Ivan?
Yeah.
Okay, God bless you. But you see,
Amen.
the points Pastor Ivan gave and other things, it's like you are selling your freedom to somebody. That's me. Selling your freedom. No.
Are you serious right now?
Mommy, but you know, how do I sell my freedom? Because the moment you enter into marriage, you've 100% totally sold out
Sold
your
your
freedom.
freedom.
Yeah, because things you used to do in your single life now, when you marry, you can't do it anymore. For instance, when he was speaking, he said, "My wife do not go out whenever I'm in the house."
Yeah.
So in this case now, she has sold her freedom into your hands. So now she can never step out. Sometimes she will desire.
I think so. Over not single chepa me boy. Go ahead.
Because no. Because I want to go out with my friends, I want to do this, and here's the case: my husband is there, my wife is there, so I can't go. So now I don't have my free life, I can't do anything. So I have sold my freedom. We have freedom of life. Are you getting it? So me, there are certain things I will still stand against it. As I am single now, and Prophet Ivan.
We are Miss start here for Professor Solomon Paula one bantam.
Anyway, so Prophet Solomon, marriage is like it's like 50-50 kind of journey. Okay, you are not going into it and be like how you were back when you were single. You have to do something to get something, like you are saying. If you have a purpose, let's say for instance you've been called to do, like you're a prophet right now. I'm not like saying go into marriage right now if you are not ready, but if you have a woman on your side, you know the saying that goes like, behind every successful man, it's not, we are not talking of success in terms of success in everything. So women, we are at the receiving side. Whatever you give us, we will multiply it and give the results back to you. Okay, so if you have a woman and you're on your side and you are treating her like Pastor Ivan was saying, she will also give you something a lot more than you are giving her. So I don't want you to tune your mind and be like, you don't have freedom when you get married.
Mommy, listen. For instance, my ministry demands a lot.
I know.
My father, it demands a lot that I live just 20% of my personal life. Are you getting it? So here is the case: me going in for a lady, and this lady will tell me, dear, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. While lining will be up for me to come and follow and live my ministerial life. Are you getting it? No, it will not happen like that. You need to also understand the field I am in, because this is what I am. This is what I am doing. When you were coming for me,
that is why you don't just get up and then enter into it. Get somebody who understands where you are coming from.
And
there are a lot of ladies out there that want to be in that field whereby they will be with you. Prof, let's be frank here. Even you being a man of God or respect a creature, there are some issues. Me say, why? So you don't have the experience. With me actually, I'm on my head. How to go about things.
Okay, I think I'm gonna side with Prophet Solomon. I'm not siding, but I'm just gonna say some things to say I'm siding with Prophet Solomon. One, I'm going biblical a little bit, right? Of all the apostles that ever lived, right? Some of them were married with children and family, everything. But the most vocal prophet, the vocal apostle that even talked about marriage was never married. And that is Apostle Paul.
Right.
And married people go to him for, if you want to fix your marriage, he's the one you talk to, even though he never got married. And so I'm not trying to disagree with brother Boache, but my point is, if Prophet Solomon thinks his call will be best served by staying singular, there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
If he can be as effective as Paul, because we need Paul in these end times. There's too many other people. We need Paul, those that are very effective. They hear directly from the Holy Spirit and then talk to the people. So, but at the same time, I'm not encouraging you to stay single. I'm just saying that if you're doing it for the purpose for the effectiveness of your ministry there, then we have good examples in the Bible, right? I'm going to the Old Testament. Prophet Samuel, I never heard Prophet Samuel ever got married. But Prophet Samuel was a very effective prophet. And so marriage is for everybody, but if you're not ready for it, and if you feel that doing it is going to affect or impact your call or your life in a negative way, then this is what I'd rather suggest. I'd rather suggest that you find ways to cultivate happiness. Just like you said, freedom, right? It allows you to make choices that reflect your values and priorities. And right now, it looks like your priority is just try to focus on your ministry. That self-esteem, your priorities that is based on self-esteem, can help you maintain your happiness, right? You can also build strong social connections with your church members, with your family, with your friends. Okay, it's not only marriage that gives you that fulfillment of happiness, but having strong social connections. I'm not talking about romantic ones, but strong social connections can also bring about happiness. And God actually wants that, right? If you're able to cultivate self-worth and positive self-perception, if you have a self-esteem and you view yourself as this is what I want to be to the glory of God, and it can significantly boost the happiness that you are, there's nothing wrong with it. And then also, if you have like this is also comes like personal goals and purpose. Your personal goals and interests. If you're able to engage in this personal ambition, whether it relates to your career, your education, your hobbies, or your ministry, and that can provide you a sense of purpose and achievement, that can also contribute to your happiness. And then, so now this is what I'm going to go against cultures. We need to start trying to embrace the single life, that it's not a curse or anything, right? I'm not supporting, I'm just trying to put my perspective out there. We have to embrace the single lifestyle. We have to value and enjoy the single experience, okay? Rather than just feeling compelled to seek a partner and then later can lead to more problems and confusion. But if you're able to validate your lifestyle as a single person, then you can get more rewarding life out of that. There's nothing wrong with being single. And then if you're also able to prioritize yourself, self-care, you engage in self-practice like exercising, like traveling, hobby, like, whatever, spending time with friends outside, doing something good, it can also enhance your happiness. You cannot just, happiness just that's coming from like having a partner or something like that. There are things that we can do as single people to enjoy life. And we have to, this is what I'm going to say. We need to resist the social expectations. Resist it. I'm not saying we should ignore it or we shouldn't think about it, but we should resist it, because this is what so many people just like said, rush into marriage and you're not ready. Okay, being single, there's nothing wrong with it. We can help focus on our own happiness. And I know people are going to like, those that are hearing me, I know some people that are naturally, they like being by themselves to think about this. We should appreciate solitude. If we want to be ourselves, it's okay. We can discover spending time alone, if it's beneficial for us, our mental health and emotional health, and provides us the opportunity to recharge ourselves and feel better, then there's no pressure to go and get married or get a partner and then, you know, build all kinds of things around you. We should appreciate being single and trying to live our own solitary life. There's nothing wrong with it, as long as it makes us happy. And being single, actually, sometimes I feel it because I'm married, though. I'm married, so I'm being a devil's advocate here.
So you
Sometimes
feel like
I need.
Mr. Kofi, wait. So you
Yes.
sometimes feel like being single, right?
Yes, and I'm going to tell you why. Yes,
Oh,
I do. Here's why. Sometimes, but here, I'm not going to change that for anything, but I'm telling you the reason why. Sometimes you need flexibility and adaptability to get some things done. You know, adaptable to your nature of life or your nature of lifestyle. It's easier if you are single because you can easily respond to the changing situations and seize on new opportunities. And that's not easily when you are married, because you need to talk to the person, come to an agreement before the opportunity is gone. So if you are single, sometimes the flexibility can bring up about some advantages. Again, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that being single, you can create your own happiness. Now, let's look at what we can do as married people to continue creating happiness, or maybe we'll learn. Osofo has already said effective communication. I'm also going to touch on mutual respect. We have to value each other's thoughts, opinions, emotions, and recognize each other's growth, right? This is vital. We need to be able to think about having shared experiences. We need to, like, I think Ohima said it, we need to participate in activities that, like common activities, we need to do things together. We should share hobbies together. And Osofo also said it. Travel, enjoy quality time. Just go out there and just do things together out there. That one can also enhances, you know, creating beautiful memories that you are going to live on. You know, like when, you know, things are not good, you think about this and oh man, that day it was so beautiful when we went outside, because we are creating memories together, right? And then emotional support. We have to offer and receive emotional support from each other as couples. It's help us reduce stress. It help us strengthen our bond. All right. Commitment and trust is another one. A deep commitment to the marriage or the relationship itself, along with mutual respect, like I said, lays a strong foundation for overcoming challenges and then celebrating achievements. We have to be kind. We have to learn how to appreciate. We have to learn how to resolve conflict. There's a lot that we can go on here. All right. Like Osofo said it, we're learning to constructively find ways to handle disagreements and resolve conflict. It's very good. And it can help bring about happiness. What about maintaining intimacy? The pastors were not talking about that, so I want to say it. Maintaining intimacy. Maintaining intimacy is good. Nyankopon, there's a reason why Nyankopon did it. There's a reason why. Okay. And so sometimes you worry we not say it, and after you feel so I don't know. We don't talk about who I said before you were married and when you guys were dating, but we come about you say about anything, make sure people are feeling good about themselves. After more worry we are now that you have the opportunity, no, now for more but we should continue to foster physical and emotional intimacy throughout the marriage to keep the passion alive and deepen the bond and the connection we have. And also, this is very important. We need to remember, we need to set healthy boundaries. We need to create boundaries, right? It's very important. I need to respect my partner. I need to respect her boundaries. If there's something that she doesn't want, I need to respect and say, that is not good. That is not good. We need to respect boundaries. We need to respect, I'm going to stress it, respect boundaries, because it is essential to preserve individual autonomy. Even though I don't own her, right? Also, she doesn't own me. We agree to come together. But at the same time, we all have our individual lives, individual autonomy. We have to respect that. And finally, a lot of people like focusing on the negatives. I would suggest that we focus more on the positives. We need to recognize and appreciate the good aspect of the relationship rather than, oh, okay, 2 days ago, you say, now we are bringing the negative things. Why don't we rather appreciate and remember the positive things that happens in the marriage so that we can build more fulfilling marriages? Thank you.
Right, very, very well.
I am just loving this topic and my guests here, and I know that my viewers are also enjoying today's topic. Before we leave, this is my book. It's called, I hope everybody can see it, Broken Bonds, Unbroken Spirit, A Mother's Journey to Resilience. This is my book.
Wow.
I'm the author.
Wow.
I'm the author of this book, so grab your copy and your life will never remain the same. It has, I believe it's 36 chapters. Grab a copy on Amazon or adeapena.com and your life will never be the same. So we are about to end our show today. Before I say thank you and everything, Pastor Ivan, your last contribution towards this topic today. I'm giving you just 1 minute. After that, Prophet Solomon, you give us 1 minute of your final word, and then Mr. Kofi will also give us 1 minute of his contribution. So go, Prophet.
Right.
Pastor Ivan.
Thank you very much. I think we have said everything, so I don't need to talk again. All that I would say is that if you are listening to us, just see the advices that we have given, and when you apply it, it will work. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Prophet Solomon, let's hear from you.
Okay, bless you, ma. The one thing I will say to my single colleagues here is, don't rush to marry. Thinking everybody is getting married, society is giving me pressure, age is beating me, so let me enter into marriage to stop all those pressure. Hear me, you must at least build strong support network system, financial stability, personal growth opportunities before you enter into marriage. Because looking at what Pastor Ivan said, the moment you get married, you sell your freedom. You don't have any freedom again.
That is not what he said.
That's not what I said.
But breaking everything.
That is not what
in
he
your
said.
mind. No. Breaking everything down. Breaking everything down. The moment you marry, you don't have 100% freedom of your life again. You've sold it out. See, at least as a single lady, as a single guy, build up certain capacities around you before you enter into marriage, before you enter into any relationship. And I think that will help you. And it's a big man who cry, yeah, rougher, with my poor baby. That was my job. With my poor baby, because to sell your freedom there and die early is so dangerous.
Wow.
So at least build up something for yourself before you enter into a relationship that will lead to marriage. Bless you.
Thank you so much. But my son, I'm telling you, I need my grandchildren. Don't sit there and be like, if you get married, you have sold your freedom, so you are not going to marry.
You know, mommy,
put yourself together.
You know, recently,
Uh-huh.
Even what made me to change my mind was this. Recently, I tried.
What made you mind?
I tried entering into a relationship, and this girl, any post she will see on my TikTok page, my status, even see me standing with somebody in the church, I have a questions to answer.
Oh wow! Then that's not her. So that is not her. So I told you, when you find her, bring her to me. Let's pray about her, and then
sure. so now I'll give you my first time. So now I'll give you myself time.
Okay, give yourself time, but remember, put that in your mind that I still need my grandchildren.
Sure. They will come.
We have some comments or questions from Mr. Lotte. Let's read that, and then Mr. Kofi will give us his last comment and then we'll close. He said, someone could be married with experience but without wisdom. At the same time, there are people who have not married before but are endowed with wisdom to deal with marital issues. This is very, very true. There is no guarantee that when one gets married, he or she will be happy. The same folds are single. For happiness to prevail in both situations, certain conditions must be met, and this is 1,000% true. Mr. Kofi, give us your last word.
Thank you. And I had to also agree with the Eddie Clotte, the one that's just passed the comment. That is 100% true. And so that is why for me, I stand, or I theme this discussion as happiness. Okay, happiness doesn't come from you being married or you being single. It's happiness it varies from person to person. So I'd encourage you that if you're a single person, don't rush into marriage. Don't let society dictate you. Take your time and build happiness. Find things that make you happy and build your life until the set time that you are ready. Because I'm a married person, I'm going to be biased. But until the set time that you're ready to find the right person to start life with. And so there's no rush. Find your own happiness, build it, and live your life to the full. And also to the married people, I'm also saying that marriage is great. There's a lot of good things in there, but we should also try to find things that we can do together to enhance the marriage. There's no one style, or there's no one strategy, or there's no one style size fits all strategy in marriages. Everybody's unique. And remember, there are two people from totally two different environments coming to try and create life together. There's going to be conflict because I'm coming from the way I understand my things. You are coming from the way you understand things. But if we can always come together and compromise, the word is compromise, and try and find common grounds and look for factors or things that we can use to build the relationship together, we're always going to be happy. But remember, as long as we are humans, there's going to be unhappy times. We should not dwell on that. We should always try to come back to being happy. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I appreciate you all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kofi. So our dear sister Gifty Ado sent in a question. She said, my husband cheated for 23 years now. I want to quit due to lies and no communication. What should I do?
Well, I won't just say all depends on you here, but my advice to you is that take your time. Sometimes it's not everything that we see happening just happen for anything, just happening for happening's sake. Sometimes some of these things are spiritual. Marriage life is spiritual. So sometimes you need to involve like prayers into it. 23 times or 23 years, ask yourself, what is the purpose for the person to be cheating on you continuously? Meaning there is a spiritual backing. It could be, it comes from your own family. Prophet will attest to that. We are men of God, so we know what we are talking about. Sometimes the spirit from your family will work on your husband, that the marriage will not work because it's you that they want to destroy. When your partner is not there, they can break through and then do whatever that they want to do. So sometimes when it happens like this, I won't defend the man and say that, like my brother Kofi said that, oh, I'm this and that. No, men are imperfect. No. Sometimes let us involve prayers. Marriage is a spiritual thing. When we involve prayers, my partner is cheating on me. The situation or the behavior is changing. What is happening? When you try the physical to talk to the person and it's not working, involve prayers, involve people who understand spiritual things, that they will help you and pray with you, and I believe it will work again. Living will not bring solution to it, but come together and find common solution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. To add to what Pastor Ivan said, so I wanted to ask Sister Gifty if this is a continual something that he's been doing for the past 23 years, or
if it's been
maybe
doing for 23 years.
he did that like 23 years ago and you're still holding on to this thing that the man did. So if it was just maybe one time, a couple of times for the past 23 years and it's not something that he is continually doing, then I think you have to find a place in your heart to forgive him and add what Pastor Ivan said. You continue to pray for him. Find a place in your heart to forgive him, because if you don't forgive him, you are hurting yourself, one, and you carry bitterness around him. Whenever you see him, he is just getting on your nerves, even if he hasn't done anything. So just find a place in your heart to forgive him, talk to him, and continue to pray for him. If there be the need to involve maybe someone he highly respects, or maybe a pastor or somebody, then you can relate to them so they can talk to him. And then, like we said, spiritual aspect too is a factor, so continue to pray for him. My guests, my panelists, anyone also have something to say, or we are all good?
You see, Gifty's issue, as Pastor Ivan said, we are not entering into prophetic here. We are not, but there is more into that. And as I sit here, and when she typed that in, okay, I decided to, meditate and ask what is happening. And looking at it, in her family, if she can attest to that, the marital opportunities are not much there. So here is the case. She has been able to break the code to marry. And if you've been able to break the code to marry, this is what we will give it to you. As I sit here, this is what I am. See, I don't know her from Adam. I don't know. There's no picture of her. But looking at it, the code of marriage in her house is very difficult. So if on what break code now already, then this is the problem we will give you.
Okay. So, Sister Gifty, you have to be patient. I think your word is be patient and prayerful, and also find a place in your heart to forgive him. If you in your family, the ladies in your family have difficulty in getting married. So I think so Mr. Eddie Clutter came back. He said, I totally agree with you. Her husband is candidate for delivery. Oh, okay. It is more spiritual than physical. Mr. Eddie Clutter too is a prophet. So Sister Gifty, you know where we are going with this: deliverance and corrections and forgiveness and being prayerful. So on this note, we are ending our program here. It's been a very wonderful night today. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you to my beautiful sons, Pastor Ivan and Prophet Solomon. I'm going to chat with you at the back door. Thank you, Mr. Kofi. I know Mr. Kofi is out right now, but I know he's okay. Thank you, everybody. Meet us here, same time next week, 6 p.m. Standard Time. We are here. Connect with us on Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all social media platforms at Adia Pena Show. Thank you, and see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.